is Tunde Alawode, and he's the co-founder of dotLearn, which is a video compression platform from Africa tailored to the needs of African communities. So for those of us who've been to Africa, we know that the cost and the speed of internet are two of the biggest challenges to online education, and Tunde found a way to solve that very, very challenge. So Tunde is a PhD student in mechanical engineering here at MIT, and he's the recipient of a seed grant from the Legatum Center as well. So please, everyone, welcome Tunde Alawode.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Ali. So, yes, there's a clicker. So, as I said, my name is Tunde Alawode, and I'll start with my story because it relates to why we do what we do at dotLearn. We make video-based learning work in Africa. So, this was me many years ago when I was still handsome. Then I was a student at the University of Lagos in Nigeria, where I was studying mechanical engineering. And my dream at the time was to go to MIT for grad school. Of course, everybody wants to go to MIT. But how do I do that from Lagos? The answer for me was this. This was the only internet-enabled public library in all of Nigeria, and it happened to be just 2 minutes from my dorm. So I would go there every day to access the MIT OpenCourseware to supplement my classes. And by the time I graduated, I was the best in my school. And then I applied to MIT, and I got in. And today, I have 2 master's degrees in material science and mechanical engineering from here. And on June 9th, I'll be getting a PhD. You're welcome to attend. Thank you. So, online education is free, right? But access to it is not. So, for example, for me, if I wanted to access online education in Lagos, I would need to worry about the cost of a computer first, but also the cost of streaming videos over poor but quite expensive internet connections. So, for example, if I didn't have access to that library, it would have cost me $10 for every hour that I spent on the MIT OpenCourseware learning, watching videos. My mom earned only $5 at the time, a day. So there was no way I could have made it work. So for most people in Africa, consistent access to online education is only possible if you're as lucky as I was, or if you were in the 1%. And for the rest, there aren't so many options. So what if we could find a way to build a scalable platform through which they can access learning without having to buy anything new? And that is what we do at dotLearn. So there can be more stories like mine. So we make video learning work reliably and affordably on devices and connections that people have today. And why is that important? So I'll introduce my co-founder, Sam. If I were to introduce him in a sentence, I would say that he's an Indian American, born in Guatemala, believes he's Mexican, as you can see, speaks Mandarin fluently, and lives in Ghana. So he's been everywhere. And he's seen the problem of access to online education to be universal in emerging markets. So he was teaching for a while, for 2 years, in Mexico as a volunteer in the Peace Corps. And on some days, when he wanted to spend most time with his students, he would tell them, hey, go watch this video on Khan Academy. And the next day, he'll come back, and 0 students have watched anything. And the reason was that for them, there was only one internet cafe in the whole village. And that cafe has so slow speeds that the only time that you could even think of watching or streaming a video or downloading a video is at 2 a.m. My students can go to a cafe at 2 a.m. When they're just 16. So we realized that online education platforms like Khan Academy, edX, Coursera are designed with the Western user in mind. So if we were to think of what online education should be, if we're designing from scratch for a user in Mexico or in Lagos or in Nairobi, what should that look like? And that is what we set out to do. First, the user in these markets, the average user, probably doesn't have a laptop. They come online for the first time through a mobile phone. So designed for small screens. Secondly, the user behavior dictates that they are mostly offline most of the time because they're trying to conserve data. Thirdly is the size of the videos themselves. Like I mentioned, data is expensive in these places, right? So if you have videos in MP4 that are so heavy to stream, then nobody will want to use them. So you need to figure out how to bring that down. And that is what we've done. We figured out a way through an approach called video vectorization to encode the kinds of videos that you'd find on Khan Academy or Coursera or edX in a text-based vector format. So basically what we do is to represent the information on the, in a video in form of text rather than pixels. And that really reduces the file size requirement by hundreds of times. What that means in practice is that a user in say, Nairobi or in Lagos can access 5 hours of learning for about the cost of sending a single text message. And that is game-changing because now we can make video learning practical and affordable for the first time to millions of users across the African continent or anywhere else in emerging markets. So we've thought a lot about what to do with this. Where do we start from, right? We could build our own Khan Academy style platform. We could create a way for teachers to stream their lessons in real time. And we could, where do we start, which country do we start from, and stuff like that. We settled with starting with an exam called the WASI, which is taken by 3 million students across West Africa. The pass rate is less than 30%. So you need to pass this exam to get into college. If you get into college, you really don't have much of a life. So to have a shot at anything in the future, students have to pass this exam. It's kind of like the Harvard Bridge to get into MIT. So a lot of students currently spend hundreds of dollars a year preparing for this exam. Like I said, it's very, very important. And by estimate, this is a very large market. So we are for-profit business. We think that we need to build something that is scalable but also sustainable, right? So we've built the very first online course for this exam for students. And we've reached, so what we do basically is we recruit, train, and pay teachers to create digital content. And we have students pay a token of $2.5 a month. And in 4 months, with 4,000 subscribers, we can recover the cost of content creation so we can build more content, and expand to other markets. So far, we have been able to reach 5,000 people. We're doing an open pilot right now in Ghana. And we have a clear path to scale through telcos, which can handle things like payments for us, and also they have the reach to get to everybody. But we're at the point where we want to make sure that we, our funnels, our retention and user acquisition funnels are really leaky. So we're in an open pilot understanding what users really need and understanding how to get them engaged. So 5,000 people so far. We'll be doing another launch in Nigeria later this summer, and we hope to reach 100,000 people by the end of the year. So we know that what we have shouldn't be limited to just one exam or to one region, and we'll be working over the next few months and years to expand to other verticals and also other parts of Africa. So to summarize, at dotLearn, we are making video learning possible for anyone who has a smartphone in Africa. And like I said, it has transformed my life. It's the reason why I can be here to talk to you today. And I was really inspired by Ella's talk earlier. I would hope that the next time I give a talk like this, I'll be talking about how the life of someone, not me, has been transformed because dotLearn exists. Well, thank you very much.